unveiling their point of view in this chit chat. Marriage, divorce, separation. It's such an entanglement in its own way. But I won't lie. Before all this started, I really yearned for social distance. And I think many of us needed the social distance. Not that we didn't know who we are, we needed to find ourselves, but to acquire much about ourselves that we haven't yet realized. No matter the status or standard level of a person, we somehow have learned a great deal in all of this in different ways. But as a whole, every individual has something to say. Yeah, learn something, you know? And some will say, yes, obviously Wikipedia, lives were lost and still being lost, and employment. So much ordeals were experienced. But when we look at the other side, there's also another side where people are like grateful for the social distance. Let's think about yes, not one person is an island. We need one another, but there are so much numerous means of communication and staying together. If that is what we want, without having to be literally all up in each other's faces. So I have seen some have not taken this still or learned much, only complaints, no lessons, but it taught us a lot. And yes, before all this started, I did really hope for some social distancing. Some people do not understand how great distance is. Isolation is not bad. I've been celibate for a while. I'm among those people, and one could be with child or childless. But being lonely comes in a different levels, and it's all in the state of mind of a person, what you individually choose to take from all this. I really think when I had to move, unfortunately, I really felt a great deal of rejection, which was nothing new to me. But it was necessary, really needed. No choice, no alternatives. And who knows where I am now, I might move again. There are things that are pushing us and choice. There aren't that many choices at times for many people. There are things we cannot force. Sometimes you have to think for yourself after having a moment of analyzing everything and realizing what is it, not just what suits you, what is best for you in the long run. In the future, can you look back and own up to it all? I had to come back to an area where people judge people like, oh, so they're back. What happened? She lost everything? She was kicked out? People get all these things and people come up front and some people say it through other people, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be hearing all of this. And some people have the audacity to stand in front of you, look at you up and down with disregard, because maybe they have some kind of certainty you got what you deserved, and they don't even know the full picture. They don't even know what happened. They have drawn their own conclusions. Yet, as a person, you do not owe anyone anything. Unfortunately, people are so bored. They don't have lives. Probably another person's life is much more interesting to barge into and make their own segments, and treating a person however they feel has been heard well enough for them to vent whatever issue they might be facing. Well, I let it go. I was like, I don't need no explanation. I need to get a few things together and realize at the end of this road, life starts and ends with me on my own part. Regarding each individual, we cannot try and make people withdraw from whom they really are, their true nature. But we cannot allow them to shape us and make us see ourselves the way they see us when we know better. Yes, a lot might have happened, but it is not the end, because as an individual, if we are truly honest, it's only the moment you give up and let in on the situations or whatever you're facing that you succumb to failure, or whatever that you're going through, you become that. Nothing wrong with being stubborn, facing things head on. Not that we must be in denial. We must own up. It is what it is. So in this world we all survive in different ways. Some are thriving, some are barely hanging in there. But eventually, I do believe with all my might that it doesn't end like this. It makes me think, as inside of me actually I'm laughing about what I was watching. Let no man put asunder to what God has put together.